The Pirate Bay founders are acquitted in a criminal copyright case. Microsoft demonstrates medical apps for Hololens. Vine introduces suggested Vines feature, and more. It's Friday, July 10th, and this is Crunch Report. Late-breaking news on a Friday does not happen often, but here we are. Ellen Pao is out as Reddit's CEO. Steve Huffman, a co-founder of Reddit and co-founder of flight and hotel search startup Hipmunk, is now stepping up as the CEO to take her place. Reddit has been in somewhat of a meltdown mode since the firing last week of Victoria Taylor, a community manager and Reddit community favorite. Pao posted an apology to the community earlier this week, saying, essentially, we screwed up. Evidently, that was not enough. We previously covered Pao's harassment lawsuit against her former employer, VC firm Kleiner Perkins Caulfield Byers, a suit which she lost. Some big legal news to lead us off today. The founders of the Pirate Bay were acquitted by a Belgian court yesterday of charges alleging criminal copyright infringement and abuse of electronic communications. For those unfamiliar, the Pirate Bay is a huge torrenting site, arguably the biggest, associated with a lot of illegal content sharing. The four founders have faced legal action for some time related to their involvement with the torrenting site, but they claim they had ceased their involvement with the site since its sale to a company called Reservella back in 2006, and therefore should not be held liable. Yesterday, a judge agreed that it could not be proven that the four were involved in the site during the period in question. The Pirate Bay founders are most likely not done with their legal troubles. Other suits have been filed against them in other courts of law, but at least in Belgium, it's a win for now. Want to know how it would feel to use Microsoft's Hololens, the augmented reality helmet thing? Good, you're in luck, because the company just posted a video shot at Case Western Reserve University demonstrating a real use case of how doctors can use HoloLens to examine bodies, human bodies, and teach anatomy without having to have a physical body on hand or even a book right at the ready. HoloLens allows pinching to hide images or change them, swiping through different muscles. It's all very cool, and obviously if it makes doctors better at their job, we all win. What would be even better is to see all of this happening in real time rather than just a floating encyclopedia. Vine. Are you familiar with Vine? Of course you are. Twitter's 6-second looping video app. Well, it's rolled out an update today to make discovery a lot better. It used to be that you could hook into your Twitter account and your address book to find friends, but there wasn't a great way to find standout Vine stars you might like that you didn't already know. Now, a new suggested Viners section picked by the staff can help you do that. You can also now choose your Vines to be displayed in HD. The app has upgraded its upload video quality from 480p to 720p video, which makes it a better tool, not just for creative types, but also for brands. Vine also updated its search page recently, so along with usernames and hashtags, you can now search for actual content. Did you know that Apple has 20 physical stores in China? Well, it's about to anyway. The newest Apple store is opening in Hong Kong on Canton Road, which is known for shopping, big shopping hub. And it's not only the fourth in that region, but will also be the biggest. Also makes sense. Apple's first quarter earnings in 2015 showed that China represented sales of over $16 billion, 157% up from the previous quarter, and 70% up from the previous year. No details on exact launch date yet, but retail is a big part of Apple's investment, so one would expect quite a store. Let's end on a smug note. And let's stay with Apple for that smugness, because TechCrunch's Matt Burns thinks that Apple's latest iPhone ad is a bit smug. In fact, those are his exact words.
So the hardware part makes the most of the software part, and the software part makes the most of the hardware part. Yep. When you design the whole phone, all the parts work together as one amazing part.
So Apple's clearly taking a shot at Android phones and Android device makers by reminding us all that Apple makes iPhone hardware and software, something a lot of manufacturers can't say they do. I'm not sure how many people who buy iPhones or use iOS care about that, but it's a claim nonetheless. It was a slow news day. And that's the report. I'm Sarah Lane. Crunch Report airs Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, right here on TechCrunch.com. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.